Have you ever been tired of waiting? Waiting for healing. Waiting for a call that never came. Waiting for a breakthrough that seems too late? 12 years. That's how long she waited. 12 years of pain. 12 years of rejection. 12 years of believing things would get better, only to wake up every morning and realize they hadn't. Her name is not mentioned in the Bible, but her story, her faith, still echoes through centuries. She was the woman with the issue of blood, and she was tired of waiting. But one day, a rumor spread through her town. Jesus was passing by, and sometimes, one moment in God's timing can heal what years of waiting could not. Let's be honest. Most of us know what it feels like to be stuck. You've prayed. You've tried. You've done everything right. Yet nothing seems to change. You wake up tired, not just physically, but emotionally. You scroll through social media and see others moving forward, while you're still waiting. Waiting for healing. Waiting for love. Waiting for purpose. Waiting for God to finally show up. For this woman, the waiting wasn't just spiritual. It was physical, emotional, and social. In the culture of her time, her condition, constant bleeding, made her unclean. That meant no touch, no temple, no community. She was invisible, forgotten, unwanted. Every day was the same: pain in her body, isolation in her soul. The Bible says she spent all she had on doctors. Maybe you've done the same, not with doctors, but with dreams. You've spent all your energy, your hope, your faith, and it still hurts. But here's the truth: God never wastes waiting. Sometimes, He lets the waiting strip away everything that doesn't last, until only faith remains. One morning, she hears a noise. The streets are alive, people shouting, rushing, whispering. She catches fragments of words. He healed a blind man. He raised a child. Jesus is here. And for the first time in 12 years, hope flickers again. Maybe that's where you are. You've lost so much you barely dare to hope again. But something in you whispers, try one more time. That whisper is faith. She wraps her shawl tighter, hiding her face, and steps into the crowd. Every step is risk. She's unclean, and touching anyone could mean punishment. But pain has a way of silencing fear. The crowd is thick, noisy, pushing and pulling. And somewhere in that chaos, she sees him. Not as a distant figure, but close enough to reach. She doesn't shout his name. She doesn't ask for attention. She simply stretches out her trembling hand and touches the hem of his garment. Instantly, she feels it. The pain stops. The bleeding ends. 12 years of suffering vanish in a single second of faith. But before she can slip away quietly, Jesus stops. Who touched me? The disciples are confused. The crowd is huge. Everyone's pressing in. But Jesus isn't talking about a random bump. He's talking about the touch of faith. The woman trembles, steps forward, and falls at his feet. She tells him everything: the pain, the years, the fear. And Jesus looks at her, not as a patient, but as a daughter. He says, "Daughter, your faith has made you whole. Go in peace." Your faith has made you whole. Not your perfection, not your position, just your faith. If this story has touched your heart so far, take a second, like this video, share it, and comment "Faith still works" below. It helps Bible for Daily Living reach more people who need this reminder. God still moves when we believe. Now, let's keep going, because there's something deeper in this story we often miss. The miracle was physical, but the message was spiritual. For 12 years, her identity was tied to her sickness. But in one encounter, Jesus didn't just heal her body, He restored her worth. He called her daughter. That means you are more than what you've been through. You are not defined by your failures, your past, or your pain. Some of us have been bleeding internally, from rejection, heartbreak, fear, guilt, and we hide it well. We show up, smile, and post photos. But inside, we are bleeding. Yet even now, Jesus walks through your crowd of chaos. And all it takes is one touch. You might not have a physical robe to grab, but faith still reaches across centuries. It looks like prayer. It looks like hope in the dark. It looks like not giving up, even after 12 long years. And maybe, just maybe, your breakthrough isn't far away. Healing didn't make her life perfect, but it made her free. She could walk in public again. She could worship again. She could live again. That's what Jesus does. He doesn't just stop the bleeding, He restores your joy. When you're tired of waiting, remember, God is never late. He's preparing your miracle while you're preparing your faith. The woman with the issue of blood reminds us that sometimes faith means crawling through the crowd when you feel too weak to stand. Because the same Jesus who stopped for her will stop for you. Maybe you're listening to this right now, and your heart is heavy. You've waited for healing. You've prayed for change. You've cried in silence. Hear this. God sees you. And the same power that restored that woman is still alive today. So don't give up. Don't stop believing. Don't stop reaching. Because the miracle might not come when you expect it, but it will come when you need it most. And when it does, you'll realize that every tear, every prayer, and every step was leading you to that moment. This is Bible for Daily Living, where ancient faith meets everyday life. If this message spoke to your heart, please like, share, and subscribe so we can reach more souls with stories that still change lives. And don't forget to check out our other videos, stories of hope, courage, and faith that remind you, with God, every waiting season has a purpose. Until next time, keep believing, keep reaching, and never stop touching the hem of hope.